Hi friends, Sam here with Happily Hooked. So as you can see, I have a ton of yarn in my hands. We are going to be talking today about natural yarns. These ones are all specifically from Lion Brand, but I'm going to start grabbing some from different companies just to show you guys my favorites and how they are. These are all wool yarns. So we have all different kinds of wool yarns, different softnesses, different blends, things like that. I'm pretty sure everyone in here is all wool. I might be wrong, so we're gonna figure that out. I just ordered a bunch that had wool on them. So we're going to check all of these out, and I'm really excited about this one. I normally work with blended yarns. I love natural yarns, but they're a little bit trickier to wash and dry. And as you guys know, if you have followed me, you have seen that I am very much a wash and dry kind of girl. Toss it in the washer, toss it in the dryer. With 3 kiddos, it's just really hard to use really delicate yarns. So we're gonna check these ones out and see if any of these can hold up to our tests and if I just love some anyway. Hi friends, real quick, if you guys want to join the coolest crochet community on the internet and join over 20,000 members that love yarn just as much as you do, click the link in the description below, and I cannot wait to see you in our community. Alright, so today we are talking about wool yarn. So this is the Lion Brand. It's the company that we're working with today. We're going to go through and test a couple different companies and like their store brands or their wool yarns or whatever I can find, because right now yarn is not the easiest to come by right now. So today we're working with wool yarn. LB has like a ton of different options, so I figured this is probably going to be the best route to test out wool yarns, and I've had a lot of you ask me to review natural yarns, so I grabbed a ton of them. I don't know if we're going to get to all of them in this video, but I'm going to try. So the first one we have is the Lion Brand Collection 100% wool. So right off the bat, this is not the softest yarn, but good gracious is it squishy. Now wool yarn isn't necessarily going to be the softest yarn. If it's like a merino or if it's like woven with or spun with something, it tends to be a little bit softer. But this is a super bulky, I mean, you can see it's a really thick yarn. It does have like a little piece wrapped around all of it. This one, let's see. It says it's a product of Italy, so that's kind of cool. It's 22 yards, but it does have a disclaimer on it that says, due to the bulky nature of this yarn, the length may vary slightly from labeled. This is a hand wash, lay flat to dry. But yeah, this is 100% wool, so it doesn't say that it's like a merino or anything like it's not bad. It's not bad. It's I can tell right off the bat though, it's going to be a very warm item. So if you made like a blanket or something, but it's like a roving, so you can see that it like separates pretty easily. So that one's kind of cool. I do like this. I like how squishy it is. I would like to make like a blanket or something to throw on my couch with it, but it just isn't like the super softest yarn I've ever felt. So I wouldn't want to make like a garment or anything. Not that I really think you could, because I feel like it would just come apart, but it is pretty neat. This is also 100% pure wool, so this is spun a little bit tighter, obviously. We'll unravel this a little bit. So this is spun quite a bit tighter. It's smaller. It smells like wool. But this is 100% wool. This is a product of the US. So this one was Italy, this one is US, this is a medium 4-weight, and it has 180 yards with this one. So the cool thing about buying yarn that's 100% wool like this, even if it's not like the most soft or cozy yarn, is you can dye this yarn. So if you ever wanted to test out dyeing, just grab a hank of this and you can just soak it in water and then dye it, and it's really fun. But yeah, I would use this one quite frequently, to be honest. It is pretty soft, especially compared to this one. This one is much softer than the thicker one. Oh, and then this is in the color natural. I should probably tell you that. This one is also natural. And then we have 100% organic wool, so I'm not sure what the difference is between this wool and this wool, because this is pure wool and this is organic wool. So I'm not sure what the difference is, but this is another LB collection. So this one is a product of Turkey. This is 185 yards. It's a medium 4. And this is in the color Redwood. So this one, let's see if we can get the label off of it. This one is also kind of in a hank, but they just twisted it and folded it in half is how they did it. But this is, so if this is a medium 4 and this is a medium 4, this one is a thicker width than this one. I don't know if you can tell it in the camera, but this is a bigger 4. This is probably like a more solid 4, and this is more like a 3/4. So that's pretty cool. Oh, this one also says that you can, this undyed is ideal for hand dyeing. But this is incredibly soft. I also love this like rust color. This is really pretty. It's showing up a little more red in the camera, but it's more orange in real life. But I really love that as well. I love this yarn. I think I want to make a beanie or something out of this one. It's really cool. So this is the Woolies hand dyed yarn. So this is real hand dyed yarn. This is 146 yards. It's a medium 4, and this is an acrylic wool blend. So right off the bat, this one is much softer than this one. I'll take this apart because I want to see what it looks like all undone. It also shows you how to hang or cake your yarn, so that's, or roll it into a ball, so that's pretty neat. But yeah, so this is an acrylic wool blend. This is also made in Turkey, and then this is in the color tie-dye. And this is really, really pretty. But yeah, this is Woolies. I love Woolies. I love the thick and quick. I love just the basic Woolies, but this is really pretty. Red is really hard to get on camera, but like you can tell that this is hand dyed. You can tell that this has been manipulated. This is a lot of fun. Like there's like lighter spots in here. I love this one. I can't wait to work this one up. But we will hank this back up and go through the next two. We have another 100%. This is a natural wool. I'm just slightly confused at like what the differences are between the organic, the regular, and then the natural. I'm not sure. This is also a product of Italy. This one's 131 yards. It's a super bulky as well. And this is, it's very similar, but I'm trying to figure out how this is a 6 super bulky and this is a 6 super bulky. Can you explain to me? I'm like trying to pull it to see if maybe when it, I don't know. This is really soft though compared to this one. I mean, they're both very squishy, but this one's really soft. I don't know what I would make with this one, but it also has like pieces of, is that what that means by natural? Is that it's got like nature in it? I don't know. It's really cool though. What color is this one? This is cocoa. So natural cocoa. I like this one though. I feel like this would also work really well for like a pillow or a scarf or a shawl or something. It's really pretty. And then we have Fisherman's Wool. So I've worked with Fisherman's Wool before. This is in the color natural. Fisherman's Wool was the first yarn that I ever did hand dye. I made this, I dyed this with the Fisherman's Wool, just because I had never done it before. This is with Kool-Aid actually. I dyed this with Kool-Aid. But yeah, Fisherman's Wool is a really nice yarn. I like this one a lot. This one, it's 465 yards, so it's a ton of yarn. So if you take this, you can split it into two. And do 2 different skeins of like 200 and some yards each. But this one's really fun. It's 100% wool, made in India. And this is also a medium 4. This is definitely a medium 4 weight yarn. it's like right in the middle. It's not too big, it's not too little. I really like this one. It works great with a 5mm hook. It says hand wash, lay flat to dry. I have washed this in the washer before. It does shrink. It does shrink quite a bit, even on cool, because it is wool. So all of these are wool blends or wool. So these ones I do not recommend putting in the dryer. I know that you know that I wash and dry pretty much everything. Not these. These do shrink a lot, like a lot. This one won't. This one's not so bad. But just be careful with the hand dyed because the colors might bleed. So I always recommend washing it first by hand and then air drying it just to make sure the colors are set, and then after that you can wash and dry it. But obviously that's an at your own risk thing. If you're a little bit nervous or a little bit worried, just hand wash it. But these ones, do not put in the washer or anywhere near heat because they will shrink. But yeah, so I'm gonna see about getting these. I have to cake all of these so I can use them and get them, see if I can swatch these up. And then we can kind of look at them. I'm really not even sure what to do with some of these, but we're gonna try it out and see what happens. So I will be back in just a second. Okay, so I didn't like cake these. I just opened up the hanks real quick to see. There is absolutely no way that these are the same. None. Both labels say to use an 18mm hook. I didn't have an 18, I only have a 15. The 15 worked fine on this one. Like, this works up, no problem. Just goes through, you can crochet with it, it's great. I had to use my fingers to make this. I had to like reach through to make this. So there is no way that these are both super bulkies. Like, that just doesn't make any sense to me. If somebody can explain that in the comments, because I've never had such a big difference. Like, super bulky, super bulky. Like, they both say super bulky. Right here and right here. There's no way. I didn't even get to these ones because I'm so baffled by this. But they're fun. They are fun. So I'm gonna move these ones out of the way. I didn't cake either one of these because it's just easier for me to wrap them up in a ball and use them that way. Yeah, that's just baffling to me. So we're probably not gonna cake any of these because I'm gonna do a video for you guys on how to cake your yarn at some point. So we'll check out this one. The other ones I'm not gonna mess with, just because this is Woolies, so we've done work with Woolies before. The Fisherman is very similar to it, other than it being 100% wool, but it's the same. And this also is very, like, this and Fisherman feel very similar. But I wanted to test this one out. So all we're doing right now is we're just cutting off the little ties that keep it from tangling. And these are the ends. All right, what did this one call for? This one say a 5, yeah. So we'll just do a little swatch with this one. Alright, we got our 5.5mm, that's what it recommended. And we'll just do a little, oh yeah, this is nice. This is a really fun one. I just like the twist on this one, to be honest with you. The twist is really, really nice. It like doesn't get like stuck on my hook. It doesn't slide off, it doesn't split. This is... And then I'll have the links in the description below for these yarns. Obviously the prices are going to be a little bit higher than if you just went to like Michael's or Joann's and got just a basic acrylic yarn because this is a wool yarn. But that's why I wanted to test them out. If any of you guys have worked with wool yarn before and have like a personal favorite, like I would say a 100% wool. Gosh, this is so, look how pretty that is. I love the definition of the stitches because of that twisting. But like this is a wool blend, so I'd like to try and stick with just 100% wool. So if you have any that you love, that you've used before, comment those below for me so I can test those out, because I would like to see other companies' versions of wool. Yeah, I'd like to test those ones against these. I just know the Lion brand ones because I've worked with some of them before, so I knew they had a bunch of different brands. That's why I grabbed them. But I'd like to see y'all's thoughts on... Where's the tie on this one? Oh, there it is. And then also, if you've never worked with wool yarn before, they smell different. They do smell different. It's the wash that they use when they get the yarn ready to be done and sold. Yeah, this one's very similar to, I would say a 3, like a DK weight. I don't feel like this is like a solid worsted. Let's do a couple double crochets, because like this 5.5 millimeter hook should be okay with a 4-weight yarn, but it's a little big. Yeah, this is, I would say this is like a good solid 4 or a 3-weight yarn. It's just a little bit smaller when lined up with a 4. So yeah, this is more of a 3 than it is a 4. But, I mean, they're nice. Like, I like the yarns. I'm not mad about the yarns. I'm mad about the size difference of these two. But other than that, I really like these blends, or these wool yarns. They're a lot of fun. So yeah, just let me know in the comments below what you guys think about the different wools. If you've worked with any of these or made anything with any of these, I'd really like to see your thoughts. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's a little bit different than our normal test videos, mainly because I just wanted to squish all of these and see what they were like. But leave any comments below for me about other wool yarns that you love, and I cannot wait to see you guys in the next video. Bye guys!